Top 4 Best Vitamix Blenders. 1. Vitamix A3500. The Vitamix A3500 is the best Vitamix blender that we've tested. It's also one of the most expensive, and it's only worth it if you want a blender with all the bells and whistles. As part of the high-end Ascent series, it works with the widest variety of accessories sold separately, including a food processor bowl. These blenders also come with a 10-year US warranty, the longest Vitamix offers, although it depends on where you live and buy the blender. The 64-ounce jar, lid, and tamper are dishwasher safe, which isn't the case for every type of Vitamix. This blender does an outstanding job of processing fibrous ingredients, which is important for silky smooth kale smoothies or pureed broccoli soup. You can use it for hot blending and even heating ingredients with friction from the blades. It has no issue crushing ice cubes into snow like ice. However, some Vitamix blenders we've tested are easier to use for thicker recipes, because you must use the tamper when making nut butter or hummus. Still, it's a decently easy process. The A3500's controls include a speed dial, 5 automatic blending programs, and a button for pulse mode. There's also a programmable timer, which not many blenders have, and which lets you set the blender to run for a set time before stopping automatically. 2. Vitamix Propel 750. The best Vitamix blender in the upper mid-range we've tested is the Vitamix Propel 750. The Propel line is Vitamix's newest line of blenders, combining some features of the high-end Ascent line with older style legacy blenders. It doesn't have a digital display, it's not Bluetooth compatible, but you might prefer that, and it's smaller and lighter than the Vitamix A3500. It has simpler controls that consist of a speed dial and a switch for pulse mode, and its power cord is much longer, which could be a nice touch if your kitchen is short on outlets. It performs similarly to the A3500, so you'll find it well suited for various recipes, from smoothies and slushies to nut butter and hummus. It comes with a 64 ounces jar, a 2-part lid, and a tamper. Additional jars are available from Vitamix, including a personal jar for single serves. However, it's incompatible with the food processing bowl, which exclusively works with Ascent blenders. Unfortunately, this cheaper option is much louder than our top pick, which is particularly annoying if you make recipes with longer blending times, like hot soups or thicker dips and spreads. There's no timer, so you must manually stop the blender when your recipe is done. 3. Vitamix 5200. If extra features like blending programs aren't necessary or you prefer simpler controls, you might prefer a more straightforward blender like the Vitamix 5200, because of its lower price and fantastic overall blending performance. This mid-range model is our pick for the best smoothie blender over other feature-packed but more expensive options. It stands out from other options like the Vitamix A3500 because it has a narrower main pitcher, which helps it process small batches of fibrous ingredients, like when making single-serve smoothies or protein shakes. It's also easier to use for recipes like nut butter. However, there are some downsides compared to pricier models. It's part of the Legacy series of blenders and is compatible with fewer accessories and extra jars than Ascent blenders. It doesn't work with Vitamix's food processing bowl or newly released multicolored blending jars. It's quieter than the Vitamix Propel 750 but not as quiet as the A3500. Its controls consist of a speed dial, a power switch, and a pulse switch, with no blending programs or digital display. 4. Vitamix Explorian E310. The Vitamix Explorian E310 is a great choice if you want to spend less. Vitamix doesn't sell any blenders that are truly budget options, but the Explorian E310 is a good choice if you want the brand's sturdy build quality at the lowest possible price. While Vitamix has a cheaper full-size offering in the Vitamix One, it's not very well built or versatile, even compared to cheaper blenders from other brands. The Explorian E310 is more expensive, but it offers fantastic build quality and a very versatile performance since it's just as good as the other picks at producing a smooth puree of fibrous ingredients and processing hard ingredients like nuts. Like all the picks on this list, it's safe for hot blending. However, it comes with a smaller 48 ounces main jar and isn't as good at ice crushing as the previous picks since the results aren't as snow-like as most other Vitamix blenders. This model's 5-year US warranty is shorter than the other picks, and like every other pick, it's louder than the Vitamix A3500. As an Explorian series blender, it's compatible with fewer extra jars and accessories sold by Vitamix. For example, extras like small blending cups for tiny batches and the food processor bowl aren't compatible. Also, the jars sold for Explorian blenders usually have a smaller capacity than the ones sold for Ascent series blenders.